Welcome to Indian Wells, California, in the beautiful Coachella Valley. It's here that we find the 2022 Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships. Don't miss a second of the action as the world's best players compete to earn cash prizes and the coveted title of National Champion. The 2022 Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships are brought to you by Margaritaville, City of Indian Wells, Franklin Sports, Consumer Cellular, Fila, Yola Pickleball, Paddle Tech, Pickleball Central, Rockin' Protein, and Selkirk. Indian Wells, California, the site of the 2022 Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships. It is all about Championship Sunday. 5 gold medal matches for you, starting off with pro women's singles. Your 1 seed, Annalie Waters, undefeated, coming in, taking on the 4 seed, Leah Jansen, here on championship court. Dominic Catalano alongside me, Chad Edwards. Chad, it has been a long week, a lot of good battles out here, and the crowd is already starting to fill in.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's coming to see this one. The talk has always been, hey, this is the hardest tournament to win, right? We've got both tours here. We've seen a couple of upsets. We've seen some of the favorites come through, but even going into these gold medal matches, we're looking at a 3 out of 5. And then a 1-15 come around, depending on if that backdraw player is able to win that 3 out of 5. So we were talking, these are long, long matches. You've got to have the stamina. You've got to be able to grind it out here. So this first one, Jansen has done well to come back. We're looking for her to really push Annalie Waters here. So we're going to throw it down for our player introductions as we get ready to kick this one off.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to kick off Championship Sunday. Who's ready for this pro women's singles gold medal match? Your first player coming to court, your 4 seed out of Valley Ford, Washington, Leah Jansen. Her opponent, the 1 seed, 3-time national champion out of Delray Beach, Florida, Annalie Waters. Your lead referee for this match out of Knoxville, Tennessee, Melissa Owenby. The supporting referee from Cross Lake, Minnesota, Pam Graves. Your tracking referee from Phoenix, Arizona.
So you can see our head-to-head matchup here, brought to you by Paddle Tech.
Doing your video recording.
Leah Jansen versus Annalie Waters. It's going to be a tough one, but we see Annalie Waters out there getting ready to warm up.
So you see the Melissa Owensby, your lead referee right there, Chad, like you said. And we have a great crowd already this morning, but let's take a look at how these ladies got here. As you see, Annalie Waters coming out of the top half. She took out Paris Todd, 2-9, and then Salome Davidze, 6-6, to move on to this gold medal match. Leah Jansen had some work to do on the opportunity bracket. She beat Paris Todd pretty handily, 15-3, and then
She fought off some match points here in the bronze medal.
Yes, against Salome, she fought off 2 match points in that second game to win 12-10 and then 12-10 in the third to earn the right to play Anna Lee Waters. Chad, the 1 seed Anna Lee Waters, she has, now let's talk about this too. She's going for a triple crown today.
Yep.
So she's got 3 matches, 3 out of 5 at least. Okay.
At least.
If she loses any of those 3 out of 5s, she's got to play a game to 15 because she's coming out of the winner's bracket in all of them. So she's in the driver's seat. But talk about how this affects her. Does it affect her game plan going in? Does she have to hold anything back? What's her thought process?
Well, I think that with the 3 out of 5 matchup, you have the potential to conserve some energy, but you want to be careful, right? So let's say she comes out, wins the first one, and she wins it relatively easy. Now, does she kind of conserve a little bit of energy in the second one? Still obviously going hard for it,
right.
But then you've got obviously game 3 coming up after that one. Or do you go out hard for the first 2 and see if you can really grind down your opponent to kind of take the wind out of the sails for them? I think for Jansen, the way that she's going to put the pressure on and get through on this one, she has to get Waters moving side to side, and she's got to choose the right ball, the right depth to come forward, because if she comes forward too soon, the Waters passing shot is just too strong. I think for Anna Lee, she's got a very solid ground stroke game where she can kind of go baseline to baseline, and that's where she's going to conserve her energy if she's hitting those heavy balls. But if Jansen stretches her out, yeah, this is a very tough day for her today.
And we have our 3rd member of our team, Chad. Cameron Blackwood is a sideline. We're going to throw it to Cam. Cam, what do you got down there on the sidelines?
Yeah, like you guys said, they're no stranger to playing each other. And in the interview that Dom had with Leia earlier, he said, what are you going to do differently when you're playing Anna Lee? And she goes, well, it's got to be something other than the last 17 times I've played her.
15
so look
seconds.
for her to change it up just a little bit. She's very aggressive coming into net, but I'm looking for her to close it down a little bit differently. Maybe make her guess a little bit more. I would like the returns in the middle versus picking a side. That way she has to choose which side she's going to pass her on, maybe make it a little bit more difficult for her. On the other side, you have Anna Lee Waters, who is no stranger to this Championship Day Sunday. These 3 5-set matches are nothing for her. I don't think she's taking Advil in the morning like the rest of us, but she's looking to take this Triple Crown, especially here at Nationals, and I know that she's playing for her mom as well.
All right, thank you, Cam. Sideline all afternoon long. Leia Jansen to start serving.
0-0.
Game number 1.
Yeah,
that's
the start for Jansen right there. She chose a good deep ball to come forward on, and then she spreads Anna Lee out, going corner to corner and opening up that kitchen. That's that court. That's what the game plan has to be for her today.
That's a good ball right there. You see Waters take a little off that one, Chad.
Yeah, but that wasn't the best ball for Jansen to come forward on, right? It's a middle ball, it's a shorter ball. Gave too many options for Waters there.
Nice job. And again, that's going to be the key, I think, is Jansen getting to the kitchen line, using her length and her size.
One zero. Side out.
Just trying to aim that instead of hitting it, Chad.
Yeah, and the return by Waters kind of stayed down a little bit, right? So she's trying to come, Jansen's trying to come in, open face, just do a little bump over the net, but it never came up enough.
Side out.
Oh, trying to drop that in on Jansen, but again, almost we say it all the time, almost a little feeling out process, but not too much because these ladies both are very familiar with each other.
1-0. Side out.
Good firm return there from Waters, putting the pressure on Jansen. Jansen looked like she was just trying to rush through that. Get that ball back across before Waters had the opportunity to adjust.
0-1.
Oh, nice forehand roll there, Chad, from Annalie Waters.
Yeah, and Waters was set up on that forehand side after the fourth from Jansen. You can see she's shading there a little bit. Jansen not creating enough depth, enough angle.
1-1. Point.
Just long right there, and that's a right shot, though. Yes, Chad?
Yeah, she set that up well. That ball from Waters catching the net cord, kind of slowing it down a little bit.
2-1.
Jansen just pushing through too deep.
Point. Timeout receiver. 3-1.
So quick
1
side out
minute.
here from Leah Jansen, Chad, and just kind of sensing that Annalie Waters is going on a roll here.
Yeah, and the pressure from Annalie on that last ball that she's getting up to the kitchen line well on those deeper balls that are pushing Jansen back from the baseline. So I think Jansen's she started off hot, but now she's feeling a little bit more pressure, a little bit unbalanced. So yeah, trying to slow down the momentum here of Waters. Go back, regather.
All right, so we'll see out of this timeout. Again, it's like you say, it's almost that, like I said, almost that feeling out process right early on. But it seems like Annalie Waters has settled in nicely.
15
takes a 3-1
seconds.
lead.
Receiver, you have 1 timeout remaining. Server, you have 2 timeouts.
As we come back in, it'll be Annalie Waters serving to Leah Jansen up 3-1 here in game 1 of this best 3 out of 5.
Time in. 3-1. Point.
It's too good from Waters there. Reading that forehand down the line from Jansen, sliding across nicely and creating the angle back behind her.
Four, 1. Point.
Even changing the pace right there. Annalie Waters hitting a little drop shot there, Chad.
Yeah, and that was a good deep ball from Jansen. Right ball to come forward on, but smart move by Waters, slowing it down, forcing
5-1.
Jansen to try to create something from a very low ball.
Point.
Yeah, so right there too, Jansen does not come in on her return. So now it's almost like that Waters is making her feel the pressure not to come in now all of a sudden.
6-1.
Oh, great read by Annalie Waters here. Good anticipation.
Yeah, I was about to say the recognition and anticipation from Waters right now. She's reading Jansen's paddle extremely well. We saw her moving as Jansen was coming forward to
7-1.
that ball.
Point.
So
Timeout
Leah Jansen
receiver.
immediately
8-1.
burning her
1
second
minute.
time out here, down 8-1. Again, Leah Jansen was up 1-0, Chad, and now Annalie Waters on an 8-0 run.
We haven't seen the first setup from Jansen to get that point since she went up 1-0. Waters has continued the pressure. She's hitting clean balls, and Jansen's just off balance. We're going to throw it down to Cameron Blackwood.
Yeah, Annalie Waters is in full control right now, playing her game. She's such a great all-court player. She's really picking her moments to come in, and I think that's the difference right now is I think Leah Jansen thinks I have to come in, I have to be a good presence at the net versus choosing the right time to come in.
15 seconds. Receiver, you have no timeouts. Server, you still have 2
more
timeouts.
shots from the baseline and then pick your moment to come in. I think she'll be more successful that way.
All right, well, let's see what Leah Jansen does choose to do here. Yeah, ball's right to Annalie Waters up at the kitchen line. The put away, the finish, and a 9-1 lead.
Yeah, Jansen can't try to hit out of that situation there. It's almost like she needs to go to a little bit more like a men's single strategy as far as cat and mouse a little bit. Have some drops into the kitchen instead.
See, and right there, though, even that right there where she comes up and takes away the middle, she's forcing Annalie Waters to go sideline to sideline, force her into a mistake possibly. If she dots that line, so be it, right? And she's earned it. But you got to force something. Force her to change something up. Now, when you're hitting ground strokes like that, Chad, that's just tough.
And that's the shot that Waters likes. You'll see her be able to repeat that over and over.
Point.
A little long, and Annalie Waters will have a game point on her paddle here. 7 minutes in, Chad, to game number 1. See, and you thought, right? Exactly. You and me are looking at each other going, see, softer. But that's exactly what she needs to do, right? Change the pace up a little bit. And Annalie Waters got to it, right? She played it, but she couldn't attack it.
Well, she got to it, but now she's got to try to generate the power if she wants to hit that hard, rather than Jansen trying to hit through her, and then she just creates an angle.
Point.
And we're going to throw our first baseball reference in, Chad, as that it's the same thing, right? The harder that Leah Jansen hits it, the less Annalie Waters has to do. Same thing with the pitcher. The harder they throw, the less a hitter has to do.
Exactly.
It's the same thing in any sport.
Yep.
Right there it is. All right, here we go, Chad. Now here comes Leah Jansen with a nice little run. And even if she doesn't take this first game, she's got something to build on.
A little bit of momentum rolling into it, yeah.
And such a good point construction there from Leah Jansen.
Yeah, going sideline to sideline. And the thing with those softer balls, right, is they're going to drop and they're going to pull Waters out wider. A firmer ball, okay, she's still hitting that on the sideline. But with the softer ball that is now Waters is having to move forward. She's having to move forward on an angle, and it opens that court up even more. So a lot of the times, it's not the power that's going to cause issues. It's the placement and it's the movement of the ball.
Yeah, and you see Annalie Waters talking with Mom Lee Waters, getting some advice here as Annalie Waters burns the timeout here. So we'll see what Lee Waters has for Annalie Waters coming back from this timeout. But Leah Jansen, a little mini run of her own here after she scored the first point of the match and then gave up 10 straight. But now she's got 3 in a row here. A little momentum moving forward. You see the flag right there, as it's slightly windy right now.
4-10.
Not too bad. We had a couple days that were
the least amount of wind that we've had this week.
We've had some windy days.
Too good on the forehand side there from Waters.
The issue that Leah Jansen is going to have here is if she goes to the backhand, Annalie Waters has the same shot.
Yeah, she got the same roll.
But right now she's found a lot of success with the forehand. Let's see if she can do it on the backhand now too.
Yeah, good pressure. Uh-oh.
Okay, Annalie came up a little lame on that. Almost jammed her knee up a little bit.
She slid as she was stretched out trying to get that ball back behind her.
She winced as she was running back, coming right at us. Nice point from Jansen.
Yeah, good deep serve sets that one up. Deep serve. Waters isn't able to get a deep return. Jansen steps up, goes deep to the backhand, and she's opening the court up.
So great run here from Jansen, and now it's not only momentum going into game 2. She's back in this first game if she can continue this.
Oh, she was there. But too good of a passing shot from Waters.
Just out of her reach here.
As that
10-5.
big roll, heavy left hand from Waters.
Wow, nice job by Jansen of pulling Waters completely to her backhand side, opening up the forehand for the passing shot.
Yeah, and I thought Jansen almost overran this forehand. You see her drop back, pull the body back, allowing her to add more roll.
Good ball there from Annalie Waters. That was not a bad drop there from Jansen. Waters really had to roll that from a low position.
10-5. Point.
That is game number 1 to Annalie Waters by a score of 11-5. We're best 3 out of 5 here on Championship Sunday. Game 1 going to Annalie Waters here at the Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships. Game 2 on the other side of these messages.
Match point. It's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
Beautiful Indian Wells Tennis Garden, site of the Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships 2022. Game 1, Annalie Waters takes by a score of 11-5 over Leah Jansen in this best 3 out of 5.
Good roll.
And it's again, Chad, it's change of pace from Leah Jansen.
You see her slide over and take this ball early. Heavy left hand. Closes off that body, making it look like she's going to go down the line as well to disguise that.
0-0. Point.
Chad, this is eerily similar to game number 1. Jansen jumps out to another 1-0 lead. What happened in game 1, though, is not what Jansen wants to see, as Annalie Waters rattled off 10 straight after that.
1-0.
Oh, nice pickup. She made the adjustment. She knew going there that Waters was going to look for that cross-court roll. And we saw Jansen start sliding over before she actually hit that.
2-0.
Nice Nice little inside-out forehand from Leah Jansen.
She's got some rhythm going now, and that's what you were talking about. Yes, she lost game one, but she closed it by getting a little bit of run, some feel for herself, being able to carry the momentum here in the game two.
Got that momentum rolling here, and it's a timeout from Annalie Waters, Chad. What has been the major factor here for Leah Jansen? Is it that momentum that we were talked about from game one rolling over into game two?
Yeah, a little bit of that momentum, but also her timing is much better in this one. She's set when she's going to make contact. She's not having or not getting pressured as much from Waters as she was in game one. And we haven't seen Waters really do much with the returns either. They're a little bit shorter, middle of the court. Now, the middle of the court is a good option, right? It cuts down the sharper angle from Jansen, but without the depth, it's allowing Jansen to move in, hit a good deep ball to come up to the kitchen line.
You see, it's the whole Waters clan with Stephen and Lee Waters, mom and dad. Neil Waters, grandpa, to the left. Coaching up Annalie here as she comes in from this timeout. Jansen, all the momentum here in game number two. And I like this start for Leah Jansen.
Time in. 4-0. Point.
Yeah, so Waters tried to add a little bit more pace to that one, but Jansen's ball kicked up. Waters got on top of it, missing into the net.
5-0. Point.
That may have been the discussion between Lee and Annalie Waters, is you got to get some more pace and put a little more pressure on her.
Yeah, and that was a much better return there, but Jansen, again, the timing is much better here in game two. She's able to pick that up and hit a deep ball herself.
Side out.
And that's where Waters was putting the pressure on, being able to get up to the kitchen line in game one. Again, another firmer, deeper return causes a shorter third from Jansen, and Waters is able to come up and control the kitchen line.
Oh, Jansen, little flip forehand on the backhand side of Annalie Waters.
That was as deep as she could possibly go right there. Good roll and off pace.
Drops in about 6 inches from the baseline.
6-0. Side out.
A little long on the lob right there.
Yeah, Jansen trying to throw that up into the sun as well. The sun is directly behind us into the face of Annalie Waters right now.
Point.
Yeah, she pulled that, didn't catch that very clean. Almost caught it.
She got T-Rex'd right there. She lost her arms. Jammed right into that right armpit.
1-6.
There's the cross-court forehand winner from Leah Jansen.
We saw a few of those winners from Annalie Waters, and Jansen saying, well, I can do that one too. Recognizing that Waters is shading that left side of the court.
Oh, she's getting all the rolls right now, is Leah Jansen, and she is cruising along here, up 7-1 in game number two.
7-1.
Such a good ball down the line from Annalie Waters. She just flattens this out and goes right down that sideline.
Yeah, and there's some hesitation there from Jansen on coming forward after that forehand. And that gives Waters just enough time to go down the line, put out of the reach of Jansen.
Nice overhead there from Annalie Waters, and that is going to be the tough side too, as you see the crowd in the stands just filling in. They'll continue to fill in this morning, but nice overhead for the sun in her eyes.
2-7.
Oh, she got it. Oh.
Oh, can't get the next one. She got every inch of her length there to get that last point.
And the depth from Waters on that one.
I mean, look where she's at. 5 steps, that ball was already on the ground.
3-7.
Almost able to get that last backhand. Oh, good lead from Waters right there as that ball sails long. And Chad, Annalie Waters got a little momentum back here.
Yeah, and she's been able to put more pressure on Jansen for that one. She's hitting deeper balls. She's going deep corner and pulling Jansen off the court to open it back up.
And we have Cameron Blackwood is sideline. What are you hearing down there, Cam?
Yeah, I think that's exactly right there, Chad, that Annalie Waters is just putting more pressure because Leia Jansen came out with a game plan this second set, rolling over from the first game is, I'm going to change the pace up. I'm going to soften the ball a little bit, create more angles, and she's able to get a big lead here in this second game. However, when you're playing someone like Annalie Waters who can change her strategy within one shot, she is doing just that. She now has a pep in her step. She's now confident, knowing, hey, you know what, if I get it a little bit deep, I can work the point into my favor, and that's exactly what she's doing right now. I'd like to see Jansen regain control of this and see if she can't get game 2 here.
All right, well, that is Cameron Blackwood. She is sidelined all afternoon for us as we come back in from this timeout. Jansen still has a 3-point lead here, but a little momentum shift on the side of the 1 seed, Annalie Waters. Oh. Wow, what a ball.
I would have liked to have seen that last backhand from Jansen go a little softer with more angle. Now you're forcing Waters to try to hit that passing shot as she's running up on it rather than taking a quick shuffle step sideways and really tee off on it.
Point.
Jansen can't have that right now, Chet. No free points because you are in control of game number 2 here. She was up 7-1. Annalie Waters has come back with a 5-0 run of her own.
6-7.
Yeah, you're feeding the two-hander right there, Chad.
Yeah, and you'll see Waters as she comes forward, she slides to that left side, takes away the ball down the line, and Jansen just hitting straight into her coverage.
Point.
The timeout here from Jansen. She is
Receiver.
visibly upset with herself, Chad. What is it that, is it something that Jansen's not doing, or is it something that Annalie Waters is doing?
Combination of both. So now Waters is able to get that pressure back, right? But Jansen is pressing. She's trying to hit it too perfectly, which the pressure from Waters forces you to do. She had that last one set up, but then she tries to go absolute line, catching it a little bit late and pushing it wide. We've seen a change of pace from Jansen again, right? She's going for harder balls. The softer balls were working for her. The angles were working for her. We talk about it all the time with the pace. She hits a harder ball. That gives Waters the ability to hit an even harder ball because she's generating some of the pace for her. Force Waters to try to generate a little bit more pace by herself.
All right, so see if Leia Jansen can slow this down just enough.
8-7.
It's a 7-0 run from Annalie Waters. Make it 8, Chad. And Annalie Waters looking really good here in game number 2 after a slow start in game 2.
Potentially, is that what we're talking about to start with? She comes out conserving a little bit of energy. She won game one relatively easy. Yes, Jansen made a run.
Point.
But was she conserving some energy? Now she kicked it back into gear.
Just took a little break. She took some time off.
10-7.
Wow, what a two-handed backhand winner there. And it is a 9-0 run to finish it for Annalie Waters in game number 2. She takes game 2 by a score of 11-7. Watch this two-handed backhand winner. And with that two-handed backhand winner, we'll go to break here at the Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships.
Consumer Cellular has the best customer service.
They care about the customer.
The best price with the best quality.
The prices, the coverage.
The coverage is great.
It was the same, if not better.
Consumer Cellular provides the exact same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get talk, text, and data starting at just $20 a month.
It's like 4 scoops of ice cream for the price of 1.
Switch today and get a 100% risk-free guarantee. Call or go online.
You don't get the moments everyone talks about without the moments no one sees. Early morning practice, late night drills, running it over and over. You don't get the crowd without the quiet. Everyone sees the glory, the medal, the podium, but every winning shot starts right here. PaddleTech. Let's go again.
Match point, it's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
Take a look at the crowd here at the Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships. They are all ready to go. Buckled in. Game number 3, Leah Jansen to serve. Best 3 out of 5 here in the gold medal match on the women's pro single side.
0-0.
Just wide down the line from Annalie Waters. We'll see if Jansen serving, she can get on the board first again. She's been on the board first in the first 2 games, Chad. But again, not able to finish that first or second game as she was up 7-1. Great coverage there on the forehand side again. Chad, she's reading it a little better now.
Yeah, and Waters hasn't hit a forehand down the line off of that deeper ball to the forehand. So a little bit of a pattern there for Jansen to read.
1-0. Side out. Zero, 1.
Nice job of closing out by Leah Jansen, Chad.
Yeah, and started with a better, deeper ball, allowing her to come up. Then she goes angle, angle.
One, 0.
Ball's just deep.
Yeah, and Waters trying to just flip that back there and make Leah Jansen create her own pace, but goes a little long.
2-0.
Great reaction from Jansen on a tough ball off the tape. That's not easy, Chad.
No, and she was able to get that paddle up just fast enough and control it back down the line. So another good start here from Jansen.
Just the pace that Annalie Waters puts on balls, Chad. It's the pace, how heavy they are.
Yeah, and she's getting that pace from her footwork, getting that early preparation, being able to step into that ball.
Little miss hit there from Jansen. And Annalie Waters on the board.
1-3.
She hits volleys better than pretty much anyone, Chad.
Yeah, her ability to come forward with, again, another deep ball to the backhand side. She's going to crisp that forehand volley up. You can hear how clean it is when it comes off of her paddle.
And it's one thing to volleyball when your feet are set. She's doing this on the run. Wow. Just has Leah Jansen on ice skates, it seems like, right there, all over the court. And nice little run here from Annalie Waters after Jansen took a 3-0 lead. Every time we think that Jansen's going to kind of pull away here, Annalie Waters has an answer. Why is that, Chad?
Well, she's able to make adjustments. She makes it quick, and it's not just an adjustment after like 4 or 5 points. Right? She makes an adjustment quickly. She can recognize the tendencies. And again, her preparation and footwork gives her so much time to get a read as well as to where Jansen is on the court. Stretching her out does not give her that time, and makes her a little bit more vulnerable.
All right, so Jansen calling the timeout, trying to slow the roll of Annalie Waters.
15 seconds. Receiver, you have 1 timeout remaining.
Melissa Olmsby, our lead referee for this matchup here. Pro women's singles final, 2 out of 3. Annalie Waters taking games 1 and 2, 11-5, 11-7, and we're all tied here in game number 3 at 3.
Time in.
33 minutes in. 3s all across the board. Nice drop from Leah Jansen.
Yeah, and good control there from Jansen. She wasn't giving Waters much to work with. And then the absorption and slow down, forcing Waters to try to pick that up on the run.
I do not see it. Paul stands.
We do have video replay for these gold medal matches. Leah Jansen deciding not to challenge that as ball was out.
Point.
Late there from Jansen. Anytime we see that lateness right at the hip, it's going to flatten that ball out.
Side out.
A good job of controlling the kitchen line by Leah Jansen. Now she put the pressure on Annalie Waters and slows that 4-0 run by Waters down.
Point. 4-4.
Good control again from Jansen.
Yeah,
right
and
there.
good
Deep ball.
Deep ball. You hear the crowd saying that was out. We can't see from this angle. And I think the crowd was right.
Yeah. But Annalie Waters, it's too close for her to call. She plays it.
Side out.
Jansen upset with herself, saying you got to make that. And she is right. She just got to keep that ball in play right there.
Yeah, she's trying to go for a deeper ball, but the paddle face opened just a little too much and it sails on her. The angle from Waters there, pulling Jansen out wide. Completely open court, but catches Jansen trying to come back over and cover. Smart play there from Waters.
I mean, on that replay, you saw Jansen was 4 feet outside the sideline.
Aha.
So, all right, so now this is where, like, if I'm on the other side, then I'm like, I'm in trouble now. Because Annalie's been hitting that roll.
She changed it up.
And now she goes flat down the line with a winner.
Yeah, and
where's she going to go?
You saw Jansen take a step to the right. Anticipating she was going to go cross court.
A little long from Waters. And you talk about that a little bit too, Chad, that the strategy in that. And that's just Annalie Waters is much older than in pickleball age than you would say is she's 15. You know, her experience and what she sees, what she can do on a court. We say she's wise beyond her years, right?
That ball there from Jansen not coming up. We see Waters saying, got to use the legs, get underneath that a little bit more. The backspin created by Jansen causing that ball to slide.
A little wide off the paddle of Jansen, but Annalie Waters causes that, Chad, because of how well she moves.
Yeah, she gets from sideline to sideline, and Jansen's got to try to go as wide as she can there.
Timeout.
Okay, so now you're Annalie Waters. You've taken game one. Ball out there, as you see on the video replay. So shoot it down to Cameron Blackwood. She is sidelined. What do you got down there, Cam?
I think it's a smart timeout. I think when you're, like you said, she's won game one, she's won game two. She's just taking her time, get a breather, making sure she has a game plan to finish out this last set here. On the other side with Leah Jansen, she has the right opportunities when she gets to net. She's just missing them wide or missing them a little bit long. So I like what she's doing. She just needs to be a little bit more precise when she's finishing that last ball. See if she can't get some more points on the board, because she's going to need this game if they're going to continue on.
All right, and you're exactly right, Cam. She wants this game right here. And again, Chad, the 6-6 offensive timeout, you agree with that? I mean, I agree with it wholeheartedly, because you don't want to go to a fourth or a fifth game.
Yeah, she's just regathering. She's going back over the strategy in her head.
15 seconds. Receiver, you have one timeout.
And this is the opportunity here where, hey, turn it on right now. Go max effort for the next 5 points. And then I can conserve some energy before my next gold medal match.
Exactly. She's got 2 more.
Point.
A little long on the forehand from Jansen, and Annalie Waters takes a lead here, 7-6 in game 3.
7-6. Point.
Jansen again upset with herself, saying make the shot. You hear the crowd trying to get behind Leah Jansen here.
Side out.
She gets the side out and the opportunity to try to answer here.
Here comes that crowd again.
6-8.
Trying to get behind Jansen here a little bit, get her back in this, down by 2 in game 3.
The crowd wants to see 5.
Oh, too good from Anna-Leigh Waters, and a very subtle fist pump as she walks back
Waters
to the
doesn't
baseline.
want to see 5.
No, Waters wants 3, and that's about it.
8-6. Point.
A quick timeout from Leah Jansen as she misses that sideline, Chad.
1 minute.
She's very upset with herself. She comes back to the bench. But, I mean, it's obvious. She's trying to be so perfect with all these passing shots that she's missing by a couple inches on each sideline.
Well, you end up getting tight, right? You're trying to aim the ball. You're trying to be so fine that you're not loose and you're not fluid. And if you take it back to something, as simple as a serve, right? Most people get the serving yips. And it's all mental because you are trying to think about, hey, I have to put this right here. So then all it might be is a little bit of deceleration on your swing instead of fully accelerating through it.
15 seconds.
The paddle head lags a little bit. So anytime you try to aim something and just push through, now we're in trouble.
Yeah.
And this is where Jansen is right now. When she's gone on her runs, she's loose. She's just driving through the ball, staying same effort.
Good get from Waters on the sideline, but nothing she could do but try and flip that back up and force a Jansen mistake.
Yeah, but even with how good of a volley Jansen had right there cross court, Waters is still getting there and making her hit one more ball.
6-9.
Oh my goodness.
The anticipation, Chad, is out of this world from Anna-Leigh Waters.
Yeah, and that anticipation is coming from Waters is reading Jansen's body. She's reading Jansen's paddle. If she's trying to react to the ball, she's never going to catch up to it. So that's where that anticipation is coming from.
Just unbelievable. Waters forcing Jansen to hit ball after ball.
I mean, you could hear the crowd getting into it right there. They're like, oh. The control from Waters, the preciseness from Waters, but we're not seeing any stiffness or any tightness, right? She's
nope, and it is championship point for Anna-Leigh Waters.
She got it.
What a get, Chad. Unbelievable.
That sums it up right there.
Yes, Leah Jansen thought she had that point one. Anna-Leigh Waters flips that back over, forces another, and Anna-Leigh Waters is your champion here at the Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships.
We'll take another look at the get here from Waters. Fully stretched out, landing it right on the line, and then just gets back nice and calm, nice and controlled. Outstanding performance there from Anna-Leigh Waters. And if this is a preamble of what we're going to see for the rest of the day from Anna-Leigh Waters,
we're in for a show. But we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we have the silver medal presentation to Miss Leah Jansen here at the Margaritaville USA Pickleball National. All right, so we are going to do our gold medalist interview here on Championship Court. We're going to shoot it down to Cameron Blackwood, who has Anna-Leigh Waters.
Before we get started, we want to say a big congratulations to Leah Jansen, our silver medalist. We have Mark Fabro presenting that medal to her right now. Leah, if you want to come up, we'll present that to you. Congratulations on an amazing weekend and winning silver here at the National Championships. We have our gold medal winner here, Annalie Waters. How do you prepare for 3 5-game matches on Sundays?
Yeah, well, luckily I have been in this situation before, so I know I need to sleep well, eat well, you know, make sure I'm hydrated, all those main things. But definitely when I get here, the crowd really helps me pull through all my matches, so thank you guys. I also want to thank Paddle Tech and Fila for being here supporting me. It really makes a difference, and I love you guys.
And you're able to create so much opportunity just from the baseline in order to get to net. What are you doing in the shots that you're seeing in order to move in?
Yeah, I just try to stay on the baseline as much as I can, try not to let my opponent push me back too far, and I'm constantly waiting for that shot that I can just attack and get to the net, and I think I did that today.
You did just that. We're going to bring Annalie Waters out back after the mixed doubles later today. We're going to have an amazing gold medal ceremony. After this, we're going to have men's pro singles here at the Margaritaville USA National Championships. Don't go anywhere.
Match point, it's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
I will dig deep.
I will crush this game.
Athletes know nutrition drives performance.
I will not slow down.
Superior Lab supplements help you power up and recover faster.
I will never surrender.
Superior Labs is a proud sponsor of USA Pickleball.
You don't get the moments everyone talks about without the moments no one sees. Early morning practice, late night drills, running it over and over. You don't get the crowd without the quiet. Everyone sees the glory, the medal, the podium, but every winning shot starts right here. Paddle Tech, let's go again.
When it comes to sports bras and activewear, it's not enough to just do it. You have to just do it right. That's why SheFit's perfectly fitting gear embraces and supports women's bodies. Made for ins and outs, ups and downs, starts and stops, and everything in between. We got you. Because we are you. SheFit.
Suma Cellular has the best customer service.
They care about the customer.
The best price with the best quality.
The prices, the coverage.
The coverage is great.
It was the same, if not better.
Consumer Cellular provides the exact same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get talk, text, and data starting at just $20 a month.
It's like 4 scoops of ice cream for the price of 1.
Switch today and get a 100% risk-free guarantee. Call or go
All right, welcome back. We are here on court. I'm with Troy Birmingham with C&D Nets, the official net here at Nationals. Troy, tell us who you are and what you do with C&D.
Well, first of all, isn't this an amazing tournament? Holy cow, you guys have done such a great job. C&D Nets now is out of Salt Lake, and we just acquired the company about 100 days ago, and we are just working on sharing our product with as many people in the pickleball world as we can. And Darren and Cammie McGregor, the ones who built it, just made an awesome product, and we love it. We were customers first. Now we're just trying to get it out anywhere that needs a good pickleball tournament quality net.
All right, and how has been your experience here at Nationals and seeing that C&D net on all these courts?
It's really quite exciting. Seeing the best players in the world play on your product, it's like nothing else. So we're really excited about that.
And then with you acquiring C&D, about 100 days ago, you said, what's the future look like for C&D pickleball nets?
Well, the biggest thing that we started is having inventory. A lot of times our nets are a few weeks out to get, but coming December 1st, we're going to be caught up with all the back orders. So when you want to see C&D net, you can get it within a week.
Well, that is awesome. Troy, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. One more time, Troy Birmingham, C&D Nets. Thank you, Troy. All right, we got our next matchup, men's pro singles final here on Championship Court. Ben Johns taking on Julian Arnold. Don't go anywhere.
Thank you. Is that all right?
Yes.
First time ever.
Perfect.
Let me get you my...
2022 Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships. Getting ready for our next gold medal match here on championship court between our 6th seed Julian Arnold and the 2 seed Ben Johns. We're going to throw it down for the player introductions as we get ready for our next exciting matchup.
Make some noise. Jamie is out and about with your C&D Pickleball nets, chapsticks. Make sure you get the protection you need. Also, C&D is offering a discount code, Indian Wells, for a $100 discount off of a pickleball net. Order a net and get a $100 discount with the code Indian Wells at C&D Pickleball Nets.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, men's pro singles final coming up next. Who's ready? Your first player coming to court, your 6th seed, making his Nationals debut from San Luis Obispo, California, Julian Arnold.
Match points. So as we get ready for this matchup, Arnold's going to be looking to come in full of fire. Definitely feeds off of the intensity, as we hear all the time with his big andiamo.
All right, so as these boys start their warm-up here, let's take a look at how they got here and take a look at the bracket. As you see that winner bracket final between Ben Johns and Tyson McGuffin. Ben Johns winning handily 11-2, 11-4. Knocked McGuffin to the bronze medal match. On the other side, Ben Johns did beat Julian Arnold in the semifinal, but Julian Arnold, Chad, played really well in that first game and taking it 11-3 and then was up 9-3 in game number 2 and lost 13-11.
3 minutes.
9-3. But what it was at 6-9 when Ben Johns came back, he hit another level. It's what Ben Johns seems to do at certain points. He was down 6-9, he hit another level, and then he walked through the rest of that match, winning 11-1 in the third. So this is a rematch of the semifinal. What are your keys, Chad? First, keys for Julian Arnold in this matchup.
Yeah, I think the key for Julian here is his strong two-hand backhand roll, right? It's going to be a similar matchup here as we saw with the women's doubles final. I think Julian needs to get Ben moving, get him stretched out, trying to hit on the run. But Ben does an excellent job of playing that cat and mouse game, right? Ben isn't overpowering all the time. Talk to a lot of these guys, and the return from Ben is just, it's medium paced. It's got a lot of spin on it, and by the time they go to hit that passing shot, he's already up at the kitchen line, right? And then he starts that movement. So if Arnold can get that going, that's his opportunity. We're going to throw it down to Cameron Blackwood for her input.
I think it's going to be how Ben Johns comes out. I know when we were watching, Dom and I were earlier this week, when he was playing Julian Arnold, he came out really flat. He didn't look like he wanted to be out here. His feet weren't moving. All of a sudden, he changed his mindset mid-second game and turned it to another level and was able to bring it back and win that match. So I think it's going to be what Ben Johns we're going to see early on, because we know Julian Arnold is fired up. He's ready to go, and he wants to get this gold medal.
All right, so thank you, Cameron. Cameron will be sidelined for us all afternoon long. I think that key now, as we talked about the Julian Arnold keys, Chad.
1 minute.
Flip
players.
it. You got about 40 seconds. Give me Ben Johns. Give me his keys.
Ben Johns hits a lot of medium-paced balls with heavy spin. But it's his movement, his anticipation that really makes him difficult to pass. He does do that cat and mouse game exceptionally well, and it's the angles that he can create off of that. Like I was talking about, his return, a lot of these guys talk that there's nothing on the return for them to be able to pick up some pace from, so they're trying to generate it all, and when they look up to see where he's at, he's already at the kitchen line. So I think for Arnold, he's going to have to step in and take that return early, really put the pressure on, but Johns will be looking to get Arnold on the run. Arnold moves extremely, extremely well, but like you talked about, Dom, Ben has different levels that he can continue to step up at. Why he doesn't play at that top level all the time is because it is too taxing on the adrenaline and endurance, and in a 3 out of 5 to like that, he's got to pace himself.
So I asked him that after when the Julian Arnold match, right? And he was just like, so then he did it again the next day and just flipped it on. And we jokingly, after the interview, I looked at him, and then he looks at me and he goes, "Hey, Dom," he goes, "I think I might just need to do that from the beginning." And I'm like, yeah, probably be a good idea, Ben. You wouldn't tax
it. It's really hard to stay at that level.
It is.
Right? And we talk about, other sports. We talk about baseball. Think of me as a pitcher. I'm trying to go max effort for 100 pitches. Not possible.
You can't.
You got to live in that 80%, and then you've got to be able to step it up to 100 when you need to.
That's why relief pitchers pitch 1 inning.
That's why I was a closer. That's why I was a closer.
Your max effort for 1 inning. And
come out and throw as hard as you absolutely can for hopefully 9 pitches.
All right, Ben Johns to start.
Point.
So let's see. It's going to be, in my difference maker, the whole key, it was the key to the matchup that when they first played each other. It was Julian Arnold hitting the return to serve really hard, putting pace on it, and he put a lot of pressure on Ben Johns.
Point.
It's going to be tough for Arnold if he gives away free points there with the missed return, but he does have to apply that pressure like you were talking about, Don.
Yeah.
Too good of a roll.
Point.
He tried to get the depth on it, but we see John sliding over, running around that backhand.
3-0. Point.
And against Ben Johns, Arnold can't have those mistakes at all.
Four zero.
Wow, John's just carving out that backhand right there, Chad.
And it's the anticipation and the angles that he creates with his paddle that force that pressure, right? He's not hitting hard balls, but he's taking them early and cutting down the reaction time.
5-0. Point.
So that ball stays in, and I really think that Obviously, Arnold thought that ball was going to sail long, and it didn't.
Six zero.
Inside out, forehand winner there for Ben Johns. No timeout here from Arnold. Kind of surprised a little bit here, Chad.
Yeah, and he's definitely a little flat
7-0
right now. Not the typical Julian Arnold that we see.
That's a good point there from Arnold, but it took max effort to get that point. Actually get the side out.
0-7.
Johns lets that last one go. Firefight unsuccessful for Julian Arnold.
And it's tough to get into that hands battle with Ben Johns. Julian a little bit longer on his swings typically. Johns so short and compact.
That's a much better return and volley there from Arnold. Able to get Johns on the move.
0-7.
That's a nice forehand winner there for Arnold. See if we can get him fired up here, Chad, but that's what we saw a lot of from him in that semifinal they had success with.
Yeah, and when he can roll it on both the forehand and backhand side, he becomes dangerous. But Johns is going to try to keep that ball down low to kind of take away from that roll. And there's our first Andiamo.
An aggressive one too, but the key to that, Chad, right there, was Julian Arnold taking that ball out of the air and not letting it settle. Watch this one.
2-7.
So there's one more forehand, and then he takes this one out of the air.
Side out.
Arnold asking for the wind to blow that one back in there.
But as you can see, well, we can see, not much wind around right now. It's very calm day today, clear skies.
Wide. Side out.
Good job there from Arnold. The ball popping up too high. I'm not sure if Arnold thought about going around the post there, but yeah, we can see the flag. Just a little flutter. We did get up to 20, 30 mile an hour gusts earlier this week. Oh, you didn't like my flutter comment?
Nice ball there from Julian on the backhand volley. It's not the word, it's how you say it.
I say everything different.
2-7.
That's a great backhand volley though from Arnold. It just takes the pace off it.
Too good from Johns there.
It just seems to me that Arnold's forehand and backhand passing shots that he was hitting very clean the first time these guys met. They're just a little high right now.
Well, it's because of how low Johns is keeping those balls. He's using a lot of backspin.
Oh, wow, what an angle on the forehand volley from Arnold. He's in full sprint to get that last one.
2-7.
Good move there from Arnold. Recognizing that that ball was a little bit behind the backhand of Johns.
But you still think, Chad, the key there, him taking that ball out of the air, it doesn't allow Ben Johns to set up.
Well, yeah, either he's stepping in and taking it early or he's taking it out of the air, trying to take down, or reduce the reaction time of Johns.
Point.
Here comes Julian Arnold. It was a 7-0 run from Johns to start.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
Point.
Couple of somewhat lazy returns right there.
5-7.
See the shape that was on that?
Heavy spin, quick dip below the net. And even though Johns is there, it's dropping too fast. He's got to get completely underneath that and run the risk of popping it back up. Like that one there. Spin and shape. Doesn't always have to be powerful. And now Arnold is getting the whole crowd fired up right now.
So we're going to throw it down courtside. After a 7-0 run from Johns, a 7-0 answer from Arnold, Cameron Blackwood is with Lauren Stratman. What's Lauren talking about down there, Cam, with Julian?
Well, first of all, we want to congratulate Lauren Stratman here, pro player. She just won women's pro doubles, the bronze medal last night with Paris Todd. How's just the experience been here at Nationals and winning that bronze medal last night?
Yeah, it's been amazing. This is by far my favorite tournament of the year. I haven't played here since 2019, so it was absolutely epic to get to play with Paris on center court, and just super thankful to be here.
And you're Julian Arnold's girlfriend. What's his preparation coming into a match like this? Was he overwhelmed? Is he calm? We know there's some andiamos already getting yelled at here, but talk to us about his preparation this morning.
Yeah, I mean, we went to Starbucks this morning, got a coffee, and I asked him if he was nervous, and he's like, no, not really. And I was like, well, I'm glad you're not, because I am.
And he's got a little bit of a slower start, but coming back into this, what does he need to continue to do in order to win this match?
I think he just needs to stay fired up, high energy, get the crowd involved like he is now, and just keep hitting those passing shots. And yeah, he's doing great, getting himself back into it.
Thank you so much again, Lauren Stratman, pro women's player here and bronze medalist in the women's doubles. Back to you guys.
Little help from the net cord there for Julian Arnold. Good shape and good setup. See him closing it off, making it look like he's going to go back cross court with that forehand, and then opening up the hip at the last minute, ripping it down the line. Arnold has got it going on right now.
A 9-0 run from Julian Arnold here.
Side out.
He sat up on that one. He went for the roll again, but didn't get enough extension.
7-9.
Really trying to rip up the back of that ball.
Point.
Yeah, he doesn't want those mistakes. No free points here for Ben Johns. You got to make him earn it.
8-9. Side out.
Johns trying to go forehand cross court drop. A little inside out, but
9-8.
almost babies it a little bit. Oh, wow, what a forehand on the line there from Arnold. And he has Johns thinking he's going to go cross court. You see Johns heavy on that right foot. And it is game point here for Julian Arnold.
10-8.
Oh.
Ben Johns making Arnold earn it there, Chad.
Yeah, and Johns isn't doing a whole lot with those volleys, right? But he's putting spin on it, and he's making Arnold continually try to hit harder and create those passing shots. Ball set up, and Arnold disappointed in himself putting that one into the net.
Johns creeps within one now.
9-10.
9-10 in game one. 3 out of 5.
Oh, that's 2 balls that are sitting high that Arnold has to do something, and that's what Johns relies on a lot of the time is creating errors.
10-10.
All tied here at 10. Ben Johns getting to that cross-court forehand from Arnold. Incredible get. And now it gives
11-10.
Ben Johns his first game point. Nice ball down the line from Arnold. He saves a game point here in game number 1. Hey, he's come all the way back, Chad. He might as well finish it.
Ten 11.
Oh, he rushed it.
Yep. He tried to make it perfect instead of just get it to the spot. Overhits it. And Ben Johns will have a second game point.
Eleven 10.
Just wide from Arnold, and Ben Johns fights off Julian Arnold to take game number 1 by a score of 12-10 here in the men's pro singles gold medal match. We'll take a quick commercial break. Game 2 here at the Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships coming up next.
Early morning.
Mom, can you play with me?
Just a second, Bubba. Mom is not done yet.
Mom, come watch this video.
Hold on, sweetheart. Mom's not done yet.
Mom, you hit with me.
Oh yeah, Mom is definitely not done yet.
Match point, it's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
No better place to be than Indian Wells, California, here at the Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships here on center court. Game number 2. Nice ball from a little Shooter McGavin there, a little Rafa Hewitt action.
Hewitt.
And it's a 1-0 lead for Julian Arnold. He came all the way back. Ben Johns was up 7-0 in game number 1. Arnold went on a 9-0 run of his own, but could not finish it. But this is a good start here for Arnold, Chad.
Yeah, I mean, Arnold cannot give that much of a head start. Another free point there from Johns. Trying to get up to that kitchen line quickly, but just running through the return.
2-0.
Yeah, great job by Ben Johns. He sees Arnold sprinting to the opposite side to cover. He just goes behind him.
Yeah, Johns had too much time to be able to see what Arnold was doing there.
0-2.
Good angle out wide to the forehand, creating that.
Point.
Oh, big serve from Ben Johns right there.
Yeah, and that thing kicked up. Arnold looking at his paddle.
1-2.
Wow.
That was a roll and a half with... You see the shape of that, right? And when we talk about roll, it's that ball coming up, rolling down over the net.
I thought he pulled it out.
Side out.
Bit of pressure there from Arnold, forcing the wide ball off the Johns backhand.
Good reach there from Ben Johns as he just closes that sideline off. Take a look at the crowd here.
Yeah, Arnold needs to do more with that backhand. He created the ball up, but didn't put enough pace on it. John's able to catch up to it.
Point.
The crowd, a collective sigh right there off the tape and in for Ben Johns as he takes a 3-2 lead in game 2 after taking game 1 12-10.
Side out.
A much better return there, Chad, from Arnold.
Yeah, deeper return and then getting up to that kitchen line early, pushing that ball out wide, spreading Johns across the court. Yeah, that was smart with the roll.
Point.
That softer drop into the kitchen and then stepping up, taking that ball out of the air. Big backhand finish.
It was big, but it was a controlled backhand, right? He didn't try and do too much with it because we have seen him do that. Again,
added spin. Yeah, added spin. Johns was there, but Arnold got on the outside of that ball, creating the angle, and then once that ball hit, the spin pushed it even further out. It's in.
Oh, wow. It's almost...
that was all top edge.
Yeah, he's pointing to the...
He pulled out the lob wedge right there.
Yeah, pointing to his edge guard, telling everybody that's how you do it.
5-3.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Can't keep that one in right there.
Three, five. Point. 4-5.
Oh my
God. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Just trying to do a little too much there, and he's tending to do that a couple times here. But that's what Ben Johns does to you, Chad, is he forces you to try and be perfect.
Well, and that was the same as with Annalie Waters and Leah Jansen. Right? The movement, the coverage creates the issue as far as you have to paint it on the line.
And you hear him, he goes, yeah, or we hear him, he goes, yeah, there it is, meaning he dialed that in right there. He didn't try and do too much with it. He got on top of it. Beautiful roll.
Well, the adjustment there was, the previous one was too quick of a wrist flick, so it brought it out. There you see firmer wrist. He brushes up the back of the ball, gets the shape and the roll that he needs.
Point.
That's when Arnold's going well. He sets his feet right there, and then he holds that ball on his paddle almost as long as he can.
6-5.
Making Ben Johns guess.
Johns keeps going wider and wider and wider. Arnold trying to come back into the middle of the court to be able to protect against the cross court, but very smart from Johns there. I think our crowd has doubled in size since we started at 10 o'clock.
Keep them coming.
No, it's long.
Just long on that serve from Johns.
6-5.
So the key for me is Arnold keeping that first drive, that third, right? His third shot drive low. So Johns has to hit at least a little up on it, and then him taking that next ball out of the air. By doing that, he eliminates Ben Johns' reaction time. He's been successful for the most part. He's able to volley.
Side out.
Rushed it just a little bit. It flattened out on him, catching the net cord and going out wide. So our championship court here holds 5,800, and I would say we are 2/3 full right now. A little over 3,000 people in here. You see a big aerial view of championship court.
5-7.
They keep coming. 3 more matches to go after this today. I got a little loose with it.
Yeah, too wristy again. Tried for the quick flick to get that out wide before Johns could readjust.
Oh my God!
As soon as he hits it, he knows it's out.
But that's part of what we were talking about with Johns and his coverage. It makes Arnold go so fine.
7-7.
And if your timing is off at all, that ball's going to go wide. Oh.
How low? How low does he keep this though? And it's a volley. Unbelievable from Ben Johns right
Paddle
there.
head under and the brush up the back. See, there's no wrist with that, right? It's full acceleration coming from the bottom to the top of the ball. Gets that sharp dive on it.
Side out.
Miss hit there from Johns.
Seven, 8.
The fist pump from Ben Johns as he covers the sideline so well and just goes hard cross court for the winner.
Yeah, and the angles he's creating there, he's already got that paddle set up at that angle, so he just accelerates through, and that's how he gets so much pace on the cross court ball, which is essentially a firmer dink.
Point.
Oh, Arnold getting very frustrated out there right now.
Down 9-7 now. Game number 2. He's right in this still.
9-7.
Needs to control those emotions, get right back in this point, get a side out.
Point.
No timeout from Arnold, and it is game point here for Ben Johns in game number 2.
10-7.
And just over the top of it and down into the net. And game number 2 going to Ben Johns by a score of 11-7.
2 minutes.
We'll take a commercial break. Let's see what Julian Arnold has here in game number 3 at the Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships.
If you run, If you spin, if you jump, walk, hit, climb, hustle, or just move, you bounce. Bounce 50% less with SheFit. We got you, because we are you. SheFit.
Match point, it's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships. Game number 3 about to get started here. 3 out of 5. Ben Johns taking game 1 12-10 and game 2 11-7. Julian Arnold trying to fight to stay in this and force a 4th game. Wow, just such a good angle there from Ben Johns, Chad.
Yeah, and Arnold not able to catch up to that one.
1-0.
Arnold needs to clean up some of his play here. We saw 4 errors to end game 2.
Wow, cross-court forehand winner from Ben Johns, and he seems to be dialed in here, Chad.
Yeah, taking that ball nice and early, heavy spin. Good shape going cross-court passing shot there.
2-0.
So he got a little lucky on that one. We've seen Arnold miss a few balls that have sat up from Johns, but he got the help off of the net cord.
0-2.
Oh, just missing that one wide.
Come on.
I'd like to have seen him go a little bit softer, get that ball to drop earlier. Even if Johns gets to it, it pulls him out wide and opens up the court.
No.
The ball's just wide.
Side out.
It's a nice cross-court return there from Julian Arnold, pulling Ben Johns all the way out.
So right there, it goes down the line. Johns gets it, but because he's pulled Johns out, now it opens up the backside of the court.
Yeah, and just like you said, just flipping that ball up that way, forcing him to hit that.
1-2.
Good job stepping forward and taking that out of the air from Arnold. Again, cutting down the reaction time that Johns has to move and catch up to that ball. Arnold trying to get the crowd pumped up here.
2-2 in game number 3.
Yeah, Arnold went for a little too much there, popping that ball up.
Yeah, Ben Johns quietly putting that last one away.
2-2.
Come on.
There it is. was right. Chad, what we talked about is taking some pace off the ball.
Well,
not trying to go 100, even 90% all the time.
And it was smart by Arnold there. He was going to come forward. He recognized his ball wasn't deep enough. He stayed back, controlled himself. Controlled that one as well. It's similar to what we talked about with Jansen, right? And we've done the similarities between Annalie and Ben with this matchup. In order to open up the court, you have to go softer. You have to stretch them out. If you're trying to hit through them, they're just going to keep getting those balls back, or you're generating the power for them. Let's get.
Oh, and he almost gets that last one, but again, Ben Johns controlling the kitchen line so well. Gets that side out, but Arnold does take a 1-point lead.
Sorry, take it.
Side out.
No, give it to him.
So Arnold giving that point to Johns because in the middle of it, the ball popped up and he yelled sit. Recognizing that that's a distraction, a hindrance.
Yeah, he went for it. He said sit right as Ben Johns was about to hit that ball.
Get out.
Side out.
Arnold yelling at the ball to get out.
3-3.
Yeah, he stood too tall. Didn't quite use the legs to get underneath that one. It flattens out into the top of the net.
Much better job of controlling his volleys up at the kitchen line and not trying to do too much by Arnold.
Three.
Oh my God.
Ball died on Arnold as we're at 3-3 in game 3 at 34 minutes.
We were almost at 3-3-33. Well, we were at 3-3-33.
We were in the women's match. So these matches moving along.
No, just long.
So just long right there. Johns almost looks like he's going to ask if the referee did see that, but
3-3.
No ask. Side out.
Good cat and mouse game there with extremely sharp angles, but Johns coming out on top there.
And the difference, Chad, what did Ben Johns do right there? He closed the gap on that last ball and didn't allow it to hit the ground. He takes it out of the air, doesn't allow Arnold to set up, gets the side out. No point still. We're still at 3-3 here in the third game. Johns taking games 1 and 2.
Side out.
So someone in the crowd says, yeah, on Johns' ball, and Arnold calls it out. It was out, and he kind of jokingly finger wagged the lady in the crowd and said, yeah, I like it.
Yeah!
Point.
Again, Chad, he's taking something off that right there.
Yeah, adding more spin, getting that ball to dip late.
4-3.
It's over the net and then just drops.
Yep!
Point.
No, I mean,
he's just feeling it right now. And again, he takes.
Oh, that was way in, yeah.
Again, taking something off it, keeping that in, going sideline to sideline.
5-3.
Hey! Hey!
Oh, the spin. See the extra spin on that ball once it hit the net cord, kicked back into the net. Jansen didn't have any other option to try to get it up and over.
It's a nice run here from Julian Arnold. After we had been tied at 3 for a while, he goes on a 3-0 run. Looking to finish this third game and force a game 4.
6-3.
Good job, good step in there from Julian Arnold. And I will correct myself from something I said earlier. I did say distraction first with the sit comment from Arnold, but then I added hindrance. It was not a hindrance, just a distraction.
A great cut backhand there from Ben Johns. But Arnold goes on a 4-0 run to take a 4-point lead here in game number 3. See if Ben Johns has an answer here. Back on serve.
3-7. Point.
Big serve there from Johns.
See Arnold almost take a knee, Chad.
4-7.
Yeah, kicked up on him again. Tweener. Oh, just wide. Good pressure again from Arnold.
But the fact that this is a tweener with purpose, he drove this ball from a tweener. He didn't just try and hit that back over.
Smart point right here. Smart point.
7-4.
Oh, just cut off his swing there. Created the shorter return with the big serve.
4-7.
Oh, Arnold almost looked like he wanted to pull his paddle back and let it go out. Not sure where it was, and if it was going to go wide. Nonetheless, Arnold plays it, and Johns is back within 2.
Good depth there from the volley of Julian Arnold. Saw Johns trying to back up to get that back in front of him, but he'd crept just inside the baseline.
7-5.
Wow. And that's all set up, Chet, from the return from Ben Johns, how deep it was.
And we see Arnold trying to slide his feet on the court there again. He's had some issues with footing.
Point.
Can't give away free points.
6-7.
The detriment of Arnold in 1 and 2 with the errors into the net.
Wide.
All right, good lead on the sideline as that ball goes wide, but you hit it right on the head, Chad, is the unforced errors giving Ben Johns free points. You cannot do that. If you want to beat Ben Johns, you have to really limit your unforced errors.
7-6.
But that's exactly what it is with Johns, right? Whether it be singles or whether it be doubles. He's putting pressure on, but he is not going to give you a lot of free points. He's going to force you to beat yourself a lot of the time.
Wide.
Point.
And Julian Arnold pulling his lead back up to 3 here at 9-6 in game 3.
9-6.
It's close.
I did not.
Oh, that's on the line.
So Julian Arnold's going to
You can.
I can't? Okay, I'm calling it in, but I want to challenge it.
So Arnold calling it in, but going to challenge his own call.
So call was in.
That's not the first time that we've seen people challenge their own call.
No, so we'll see from this video review.
Right on the line, no clearer than that.
That's
split the line down the middle.
That's the easiest call Hank Reimer is going to have to make in the booth as our video replay referee. So ball was in. So as we come back in from this video challenge, so ball was in. So it should be Ben John's serve here. All right, so Chad, what, if any, this delay here is? I mean, does it hurt or help either of these players? I think it helps Ben Johns because Julian Arnold start getting that crowd back into it.
Yeah, I think Arnold kind of iced himself here. Now it's a good challenge because that ball was close, but yeah, Arnold's trying to feed off of the intensity level. Crowd's kind of died down a little bit now with the challenge.
Yeah.
The ball was in. Point, Mr. Johns. Oh, I'm sorry, side out.
So side out to Ben Johns. Ball was in.
Time is in. 9-6. Referee correction. 6-9.
That's good.
Nice ball right there from Ben Johns. Inside out forehand, Chad, and that is not what Arnold needs right here. See Ben Johns hitting winners.
7-9.
That ball just deep. John's lifting it a little too much.
The crowd getting behind Arnold here. They want to see a game 4 here, Chad.
That was interesting right there. You could see John's looking right into the sun. Rather than letting it drop or letting it bounce, he just let it drop and hit a low forehand.
And Julian Arnold has game point here in game number 3, 10-7. Just wide.
Yeah, there's some hesitation there from Arnold as well, whether he's going to let it bounce or whether he's going to take it out of the air. Chose to take it out of the air. Ball's wide, off of the paddle of Johns. Coming across the body just a little too much.
Side out.
And Arnold just missing that sideline. He wants it back. All he's got to do is take a little off it.
Seven 10. Side out.
Exchanging side outs here.
10-7.
Game point number 3 here for Julian Arnold.
Side out.
Yeah, Arnold did not slide back with the depth of that return.
No, he was leaning back on it on his heels, but the crowd is gasping every time Julian Arnold is serving.
Well, the crowd always wants more pickleball, right?
Come on!
Side out.
Yes, they do, Chad, and Arnold's trying to give it to him again here as this is his 4th game point.
10-7.
And the crowd gets their wish, Chad. We are going to a game 4 as Julian Arnold goes 2-hand backhand winner down the line. He takes game number 3 by a score of 11-7. We'll take a commercial break. Game 4 coming up next from the Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships. The 2022 Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships are brought to you by Margaritaville, a state of mind since 1977. City of Indian Wells, Indian Wells beauty unmatched. Franklin Sports, the official ball and youth development partner of USA Pickleball. Consumer Cellular, proud sponsor of USA Pickleball. Fila, the official supplier for the national championships.
I will dig deep.
I will crush this game.
Athletes know nutrition drives performance.
I will not slow down.
Superior Lab supplements help you power up and recover faster.
I will never surrender.
Superior Labs is a proud sponsor of USA Pickleball.
Fruit Smash Super Hot Seltzer with real juice. It's party juice.
Julian Arnold pulls out a tight one in game number 3 by a score of 11-7. He is trying to get this crowd back into it here as he needs this one to force a 5th game.
Good. Oh, smart by Johns going back behind Arnold as he's trying to circle around. I mean, let's be honest here. Is there a potential that Arnold could be up 2-1 right now?
Oh, 100%.
Absolutely.
He had a game point in game 1.
Yeah.
At 10-9.
Could he have been ahead in game 3? Yes. I mean, game 2. Could he have won game 2? Yes, but he ended up with 5 errors in a row.
Okay, so I agree with this right now, what they're discussing. I thought it did, but Ben Johns played it.
Hit the bottom bar.
When Julian Arnold came across and it hit the tape, his came down, I think it hit the bar.
Yeah.
But Ben played it. And so we're going to replay the point.
0-0.
Arnold almost fell on the baseline, but recovered and got to the next ball.
Arnold's like he's on hardwood floor sliding around in socks sometimes.
Like old PE class.
0-0.
The amount of shape on that ball from Ben Johns. Look at this.
Oh. Pew.
Unbelievable.
Dipping and diving.
1-0.
No, where are you going?
Point.
So Arnold talking to himself, where are you going?
Yeah, I think that he did a good job of getting it deep there to Johns, where the only option really for Johns was to go down the line.
Point.
Not the start that Arnold wanted here, Chad. Down 3-0, game 4.
Well, we saw in game 1, he went down 7-0 and had to claw his way back.
Yeah.
So. Oh, get out
goodness.
of town.
What a shot here from Ben Johns.
That's one where you're on the run and you just flick it as hard as you can, because if you don't go full acceleration, that ball's going to drop into the net anyway.
And a timeout here from Julian Arnold. I mean, much needed here after Ben Johns hitting shots like that, Chad. That is unbelievable out of Ben Johns, trying to end it here in the 4th game. But what is it that Julian Arnold's not doing here in this 4th game that he did in game 3?
Yeah, I mean, in game 3, he went for those medium pace, slower pace balls that had heavy spin, heavy drop, were creating angles. Hasn't been as balanced, as controlled in this one. Not getting enough movement out of Johns, except for that last one where Johns was just like, whatever, I'm going to hit it on the run and a clean winner. Now, crowd starting to get into it.
They're having a lot of fun out here. I mean, it's been a blast all week. Today, Championship Sunday. Our first gold medal match went to Annalie Waters over Leah Jansen in 3 games. This is our second men's pro singles gold medal match. Ben Johns up 2 games to 1. The reach of Ben Johns right there, helping him out, Chad.
Yeah, and that ball sat up too high there from Arnold. So we see him try to go back behind Johns with the backhand.
Sorry.
That'd have been a fun firefight if it didn't hit the net right there.
But smarter move there from Arnold going into the body of Johns, because then it comes straight back at him and he can go angle if need be.
Zero five.
Arnold trying to get on the board here in game 4, down by 5. Yeah, Ben Johns just moving Julian Arnold so well right now. And that sideline to complete opposite sideline here.
5-0.
Yeah, better job from Arnold there, using the angles. Good court coverage.
I'd like to see Ben Johns try and pull that back again cross court with that forehand.
Let's go.
It's tough though. Tough angle to hit. Those balls again too high from Arnold. He's overhitting at this point right now, and that's creating the ball to pop. It's creating that pop up. Whereas when he goes mid pace, medium pace, slower pace, he gets more shape and more drop off of the spin.
And Julian Arnold Arnold coming out on top of that little cat and mouse right there. Ben Johns just popping up that backhand.
0-5.
Arnold has an open court right there, but that's what he wanted to do there.
5-0.
Yeah, good hold and a quick two-hand flick. Backhand cross court from Julian Arnold.
But again, good setup. I like the cat and mouse that Arnold's playing here. He just needs to stay out of the firefights and getting that ball high. If he can keep that ball low, get into a couple more of those.
Oh, just wide. Again, we see Arnold jumping up and down there. The ball, that deeper ball, not using the feet enough and having to try to get that weight back over, forcing him to come up on the ball.
5-0.
Ends up pulling it across the body.
Wow, just keeping that ball so low, so controlled. Ben Johns now out to a 6-0 lead here in game number 4. Trying to take that national championship. Ben towels off on his sideline.
6-0.
Regroups, gets ready, up 6-0.
Point.
I've seen Arnold miss that backhand volley quite a few times over the last few days, both in singles and in doubles. Just getting a little too turned with the body.
7-0.
Time
and
out.
then he stabs at it, and kind of when he stabs at it, he's almost cutting down straight into the net cord.
So timeout here from Julian Arnold as he's going to try and slow his emotions down is what I would say the key for him right now is. He was down 7-0 in game number, or 7-1, excuse me, Chad, in game number 1. Came all the way back and even had a game point on his paddle. Didn't execute, loses 12-10. It's in him to come back here. He just needs to regroup. I like the timeout. Take a breath and just get back in here.
We've gone full circle here, right? This is how we started with.
All right, game 1.
Game 1.
15 seconds. Receiver, no timeouts left. Server 2. Time is in. 7-0. Point.
Just wide on the sideline from Julian Arnold. And Ben Johns continuing to pull away. And just wide, and Ben Johns just getting everything back, but controlled, never rushing. And he's just forcing Julian Arnold into mistakes.
9-0. Point.
Off the tape and off Julian Arnold's paddle, and it will be a championship point here for Ben Johns, up 10-0. Crowd trying to get behind Arnold here.
Mr. Arnold, that's a verbal warning.
Oh. That would be a way to lose. And a point penalty.
15 seconds. 10-0. Side out.
All right, Arnold trying to hold on here.
That crowd trying to get behind him and will him back into this.
Side out.
Good pressure there from Johns.
10-0.
Oh, he rushed it. He tried to flick it quickly across the cross court.
And your 2022 Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Champion is Ben Johns. So he goes and adds another national championship to his collection. So that is now 4 national championships for the young Ben Johns. What was the difference maker here, Chad, for Ben?
Well, I think, what Johns relies on, and I touched on it there briefly, is that he's consistent, right? He's not going to give you a lot of free points. He's going to make you work hard to beat him, or he's going to make you beat yourself. And we saw there with Julian Arnold, too many errors at unopportune times. Game 1, he gave up that 7-0 run to start with, fought his way back, had a game point. Game 2, ended game 2 with 5 straight errors. Game 3 wins it, but then here on game number 4, was not able to really get into a rhythm, tried to rush a few of those balls.
And Ben Johns just comes out on top. He, a veteran player, pulled out the veteran card and just kind of did his thing there in the 4th game after dropping that 3rd game. And it almost looks like him and Annalie Waters are set and still alive for a Triple Crown. We're going to kick it down courtside to Cameron Blackwood. She is with our gold medalist.
Before we get to Ben Johns, Julian Arnold, what an incredible weekend, great match here today. We have USA Pickleball board member Stephanie Russell and the CEO, Sue Upson. They're going to present you with your silver medal today. Round of applause for Julian Arnold. Congratulations, Julian. Thank you so much. And now to you, Ben, your gold medalist here. Congratulations. When you're playing a person like Julian Arnold, who is so fiery, how were you able to neutralize his momentum and energy throughout this and take the match?
Yeah, well, first of all, congrats to Julian. He played a really great match, and it was a big draw here with a lot of great players, so it was awesome just to be in the final with him, and I think we gave the crowd some solid entertainment on both sides. So, yeah, in some sense, you got to weather the storm. He was hitting a lot of big shots. Like you said, very fiery, closing on the net pretty fast. So really, it all came down to not making too many unforced errors and trying to be pretty neutral throughout the match.
And you guys played on Thursday, a little bit of a different start for you. He had you down the first set, down in the second. You were able to take that back. Not the story here today. What did you change in your strategy before you came out here today?
I definitely got a thorough warm-up, but he's definitely a streaky player. He can go on big runs, so I think it kind of goes both ways. I got up to a big lead in the first game, then he brought it back and got a lead in that same game. So really, this game's a whole game of momentum and swings, so you really just got to buckle down and try to weather the storm of multiple swings in a match.
Well, you did just that. We're going to bring Ben Johns back after the mixed double match with our amazing gold medal ceremony. We're going to be right back with women's pro doubles here at the Margaritaville USA Pickleball National Championships. We're going to be going to ESPN Plus at 1 p.m. Pacific time. You do not want to go anywhere.